Okay, Boomer.
Down south, hood baby, bang on girls, go crazy,
Go stupid. But you smart like an A+ student. Up now, right now, looking for your love right now. La, la, la. Up now, up now, turn my stomach upside down. La, la, la. I found your hair tie in my car. I could only...
What's going on, Boomers? How's everybody doing today?
What's up, man?
Chilling.
What a glorious gathering. What a fine day for Star Wars. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to make some Star Wars content. I want to talk about it. Rah!
Dude, I've been antsy ever since watching it this morning, man.
Yeah, I apologize for being uncontrolled in that moment right there, but this got me excited.
How many times do you guys watch it?
I've watched it twice now. Yeah.
I haven't gone back and watched it yet.
6 or 7, depending on.
I wanted to. I want to watch it right now.
I know. I want to watch it right now. Too. We're kind of going to do that. We're sort of going to do that. But it was just it's one of those things where if you watch a movie and you're like, oh my God, that was badass. You kind of want to savor it. Don't watch it over and over and over again. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I might wind up doing that anyway.
There's so much in this.
Yeah. This is, and it's so funny. I mean, considering what this episode was, I don't know. Just a certain somebody made an appearance.
We did get someone. Here, hold on. You might hear a double bounce here. I'm gonna pop the chat out so we can do some polling tonight because I think we need to do some. We need to do some polling tonight.
I love when you talk about polling.
Oh yeah, buddy. You know it.
First polishing, now polling. Jesus.
What can I say? My
That
helmet
shiny
needed
helmet.
polishing. Matt Risman just keeps watching the part where the Empire rained down terror. Yeah,
Dude, that was so Terminator.
yeah, 100%.
Love
Speaking
it.
of, what's up, chat? How's everybody doing? I'm sorry I didn't grab you guys real quick. Like a bantha. That's behind us now. Don't you understand?
I love how you said that. You had a little Bugs
So
Bunny
catchy.
going on there. What's up, cat?
What's up, chat? Like a bantha.
Like a bantha. Yes. Yes. Yes.
What?
Seems like a long time ago. What's up, Darth Maximus? How you doing? Tiger Claw says, hello, everyone. Just finished watching the recent episode. Oh my God, the best yet. Question, was it the same show or are we all living in a different reality?
It was the Book of Mando.
It was, right?
Hard to
But
argue.
here's the thing. This is all the Mandoverse, right? So this felt placed properly to me. It was okay, I didn't want Mando to show up and it feel like he's just been waiting around, waiting for Boba to ask him for help. It was
Yeah.
Right.
let's see what's going on. What's he been up to? I love that he's bounty hunting again.
Well, it's funny because somebody said during the watch party, oh, I told you guys he would go back to bounty hunting, and he's really not bounty hunting. He's on
not
a
a fuck.
quest. It's not for he doesn't care about the money.
I'm just
It's
saying.
about the information, right? He's on a quest to find the armor, right? It's not about the money. It's not about bounty hunting. It's not about guild work. He found the person that needed somebody or that needed something to get the information he wanted. And that's all that mattered, right? So it's not really, he's got a bounty puck, but really that's a means to an end to his mission.
It's really his only
Yeah.
skill that
Yeah,
he knows he won't mess up.
Was there a bounty? Was he hunting it? He was bounty
He
hunting.
didn't get paid. I didn't see any money transact.
No, at the casino table or whatever that was, at the club, he got paid. Did he? Actually, no.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got paid.
Did
Someone
he?
threw him some coins. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because he took that and gave it to Hot Rod Mary.
Remember, I'm still on one watch, so if there are things I don't
Mhm,
remember, just
No, he got paid because he walked out with coin, and then all he wanted was the information.
Oh, what's up, brother? So we can pull this up if we want to look at a couple of these scenes. You guys want to do a little bit of looky?
Yeah,
A
man.
little
Yeah,
looky
dude.
talkie?
So many things
Because
to highlight.
dude, there's some
It
stuff
really
in
was,
here that there's talking points immediately. As soon as it starts, there's talking points, right? So let's do this. Let's get you under there.
I was looking for Rocky Balboa in this scene.
Right. Doesn't it?
And maybe it's there. I just wanted one of these guys in the background to just be like kind of throwing a couple of jabs at the meatball.
That could have happened. So immediately we get that silhouette, and I'm like, oh well, there's Dan. Oh,
as soon as I saw the spear, then I was like, oh man, here we go.
Yeah.
So we get Dan. I have to admit too, like when this scene very first started, I actually didn't like the aesthetic of it. This kind of butcher plant, I wasn't a huge fan of it. There we go. I don't know. It looked like, for some reason, for me, I saw like Carhartt overbibs, like a blacksmith. I don't know. Just kind of took me out of it.
Yeah.
So then we get this Clatunian. I always thought it was Clatuinian. I guess it's Clatunian.
Clatonian.
I thought it was Clatuinian. He, makes an argument. He's like, "Bro, I'm looking at you." And then we get the line, right? I can bring you in warm.
Mm-hmm. Now that guy's outfit looked cool. Like he made everybody else look derpy.
Well, because this was
he had like this dope
right
leather tunic looking thing. Yeah.
And then we get it's showing it on the thumbnail. It's not showing it on the screen. We get the bite.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty sick.
It looks like he's got nose piercings, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's got those beads in his nose. Yep.
How very 2022.
Let me stay on that shot for a second.
Okay.
Let me ask you guys this. This is just something I only really started to notice in this episode. The shape on his chest plate right there, that like almost rupee shape there.
It's totally a rupee, dude.
It totally looks
an
like
emerald
rupee, right?
Zelda. Come on, guys, get it right. That's a Hyrulean.
It's a Hyrulean rupee, right?
It's called a rupee.
But is there a significance to that? Because Boba has that also. Is it just
the shape?
Just the shape that this armor makes? I didn't know if it was like a symbol of something, but looking at it now, I was like, oh, that's a Legend of Zelda rupee.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe they really like Legend of Zelda. And then we get this guy moves in, just bites the crap out of this poor guy. What the hell, man? And then bow, hits him in the head. And then we'll play a condensed version of this really quick so everybody can kind of see what.
Dude, the amount of headbutts that were in this episode too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't care what universe you're from. That guy hurt.
The sideways slice, that was like the Predator moment for me.
Yeah.
Where there was like Terminator and Predator in this. It was crazy.
So many things.
Oh, when he meat cleaves through the guy and the
Yep. It just reminds me of when he throws that disc through the room and it's cutting everything.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I love how he
right
drags the blade across the floor. You could see him feeling the weight of the blade.
Yeah, dude.
Drags it across the floor and then up and across.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes out and he asks everybody, he's like, "Bro, I don't want to kill you, but I will 100% kill you." And they're like, "Nah, fam, I'm good."
Like, look, there's some money on the table. I don't want that money. I just want to get out of here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dough behind
I just
me.
messed myself up with my own sword.
Yeah, dude,
That's literally like the only damage he took was his leg.
So you can take these credits, or I can make hamburger meat out of you. What's it gonna be?
So this is the question that everybody posed, right? We were all super pumped on it, and then everybody kind of slowed down. And we were like, why can't Boba get a scene like this? And then, like, we've been saying for so long, well, it's Disney. We give the excuse it's Disney. We can't get that kind of violence. But I mean,
no, you guys.
Then they have a bag dripping out.
That was pretty violent.
Like they have a head dripping out of a bag that he's holding.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah,
I think
he cut two guys in half.
Yeah,
he cut one guy in half with the rack of ribs.
Yeah.
Right, and then he cuts the other guy in half through a table. Like, it's not about the violence in Disney. That's definitely not it. That's why I'm saying, look, the biker gang in Boba is absolutely up for grabs. If they'll cut people in half, they'll absolutely kill the kids.
I hope so.
I think we're gonna see cybernetic limbs get ripped off.
Yeah, bro. I think it's gonna get ugly, and I think those poor kids are gonna realize they should have stayed on Hosnian Prime or Canto Bite or wherever they came
Don't
from.
you think that's super lame, getting cybernetic limbs ripped off?
Jeez.
I mean, that
so
was just
brutal.
Yeah.
brutal. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I mean, call me a sadist or whatever, but
No,
it
that was incredible.
Mhm.
What a way to open that episode.
yeah, that. And I was talking to, I don't remember who I was talking to. It was like, dude, when they opened up the episode, they put their foot on the gas pedal and it just did not stop until they were done. I adored it.
And then we get Halo.
And then we get Halo. Like, who knew that was happening? We're getting a Halo crossover.
They had
love
music
this.
like that too.
I don't know what this is. I don't know if this has been referenced in any other Star Wars content. If somebody has seen this in EU or Legends or whatever, let me know in the chat because I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, I didn't catch a name of this place or anything either.
I think Risman said it's Glavis or Glavis, and it was seen in the credits because the one alien species he gets into the elevator with or something right around there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
He's
because
the
of that
guy
species?
that does all the homework around here,
Okay.
so that's what we
Oh,
rely
yeah,
on
gotta
him
do the
for.
homework, right? You know you're never gonna live that down, right?
No,
just
and
gonna-
it's
gonna
fine.
be a
Like
thing forever.
it's fine. Like it really is okay.
Ingrid says, I want to know
I'm
the
not
address for
ashamed.
that butcher's shop. See if I can get me a rack of bantha ribs.
Like a bantha. Oh yeah, he's saying it's Glavis and appears to be new.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
That's
cool with that. This is kind of like, that's kind of crazy, dude. I would call this ambitious. I would call this not safe. This was not a safe play. You know?
I enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
I thought
I
this
did
was
too.
cool.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's too much defense, but you know,
Oh, dude, it's
what's
wide
the
open.
threat? You know, what's the threat in the galaxy right now?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, if you had a Star Destroyer, you could literally just freaking boop, pop in and just.
But this was surrounding a whole nother world. It was like two separate pieces here.
Was it?
Yeah. Watch as it pans down.
Okay.
It's the ring, but it's going around this whole other place.
Hmm.
I'm not seeing it.
Keep going. Unless he's on the ring?
I think it's like a C shape. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Actually, he is on it.
Comes all the way back down.
Yeah, he's on it.
Oh, see, I looked at that differently when I watched it the
Oh,
first
it's
time.
not a full circle. Okay, so
No,
I'm.
it isn't. It has a gap.
Oh yeah, look at that right there. Here, look at that right there.
Yeah. Hey, look at that right there.
Come on, I didn't even see that there.
Mhm.
Yeah, look at that. Well, son of a biscuit eating booger.
Like an unfinished.
And
Hot
actually,
Wheels
like
track.
I think it was
Like
I
a
think
rant.
Jason, I don't want to take credit for this. I think Jason Ward pointed out the fact that the way it's designed, and I don't know if it's the opening, but it allows the light to pass over it. So it does kind of simulate some form of time for the people that live there. Even though in that one scene, it does seem to move pretty fast.
It's definitely moving
At
fast.
least
I don't-
those like rotations give them some kind of like simulation of it.
If you suffer from non-24 circadian rhythm,
Yeah.
because right there, yeah, but that's covering a lot of
Interesting.
ground.
Mhm. It is cool.
It
looking,
looks like
though.
there's an atmosphere too, like
Yeah.
There is.
or shield because they're
Oh,
breathing,
100%.
walking around. Like
Yep.
it's cool.
Okay.
Really cool.
Yeah, it looks like your day is about 2 hours long, and then there's 2 hours a night, and then 2 hours a day.
Yep.
I'd be all about
That
that.
shutter
dude.
effect. Oh.
It's cool looking, man. Now here's the elevator scene you mentioned. Now, I don't know if anyone sensed that it was coming, but I thought a really cheesy moment was about to happen here, and then it didn't.
Right.
Like I thought there was like I feel like
Mhm.
something might have gotten cut from this moment.
And you know who this reminds me of? Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can find out the name of. I just Googled Google. Are you kidding me?
Who does that?
Boom.
You've done it before. Don't lie to me.
I feel like I've seen this before, but
This
people were
species
saying
looks
he's
really
never shown
familiar.
up. Yeah, I feel like I've seen it before,
I'm gonna
but
find
I
it.
can't place it.
Yeah, I thought
Maybe
we
it
were
was
gonna
in that
bring you-
new show that nobody really. I mean, I watched the whole thing. The pilots
show?
one.
Oh,
The
Rebels
Disney. Yeah. No, the
or what are the Resistance?
yes. Maybe I feel like I saw them there.
They might have been in that.
But,
That
yeah.
quick.
I really like that. But that's that quiet, understated Star Wars humor that I just
Mhm.
I friggin' adore, man. I adore it. Okay.
Hmm.
Why is this not loading? You son of a. Here we go. Okay.
Grapweb saying they were in the Force Awakens.
Where is he?
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
remember. They look familiar. I can't quite place it.
Oh, that's completely different. Okay. I thought it looked like Rat's Tyrell. The head is the same, but the face is not the same.
I'm with Arlena. I thought of Captain America when he walked into the elevator. I was like, oh, we're getting a Captain America moment.
So Hail Hydra. I understood that reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew that one.
So, and you know what's funny too? I was looking at this species sitting at the head of the table, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a new species." And then it was funny. I was editing together the comparison video, and there's 100% one of these sitting in the audience in the Phantom Menace.
Oh, there's one of those in
Whoa.
A New Hope in the cantina.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yep. Yeah, that's an old school.
Not quite as
creature.
bird beaky though, huh?
Times
He's
are tough.
He looks
Yeah,
weird.
he's a
bro.
lot more animated and mobile here than we've
Is
seen
it
in the past.
Is it a bird? Is it a fish? Like
It's
what
like a
is
birdfish.
that?
A
Mando
birdfish
pig.
monkey pig.
It's man bear pig.
Man bear pig. This is super cereal, guys.
Oh man, so there's some. I'm trying to see if there's anything out. There's a Corrin sitting there. I don't know what this guy is in the back here.
Hmm.
I don't know what that is.
Just
This
kinda
is why we got to
looks
EFAT these things, man. I'd be pissed off if this dude just threw a bleeding head on my dinner table.
Yeah, it is leaking.
God, doesn't that guy look like one of the villains from Star Trek? The Klingon with the big foreheads.
Klingon.
He's got like the he's got like the two bulbs in the back over here.
So this scene alone right here raised the question for me. Why is the composition, the framing, the lighting, everything completely different?
It's a different character.
I feel like they
characters
just want to stick to the aesthetic of Tatooine.
Well, that's the thing. When we get back to Tatooine, the look and tone does change.
Mhm.
But we're off world now in a much seedier place. Like this has like that 1313 style to it, like Nar Shaddaa,
Bro,
sort of
Mass
deal going on
Effect.
here. Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Mass
very
Effect.
Mass Effect.
Yep. That's all I could think about when I was watching. I was like, yo, this is straight out of Mass Effect.
Bryce is a
Bryce
better
Dallas Howard
director.
has done a fantastic job.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
the budget though. You can't tell me they
Yeah.
didn't save some credits up for this one, dude.
Mhm.
Either that or I've been missing something. I don't know.
No, dude, all the droids and everything in it too.
This
Look at
is
yeah,
great.
look
Look
at
at
Not
the
wrong.
set.
The world out there. That reminds me of Attack of the Clones down in this underbelly of Coruscant.
This all reminds me of Canto Bite.
It is very similar to Canto, but just
Yeah.
that world of a civilization living their lives.
Like, no, it's not the
chilling.
casino. It's not the casino on Cantobite, but it's the
Elitist.
outside world where they
Seems
live.
elitist.
Yeah,
That's all it's been.
for
It's
sure.
not it's not the slums of Coruscant. It's not back alleys of this, that, and the other. This seems very elitist, right? This seems very, at least that area where he was collecting his
Yeah.
bounty seems very elitist. So that's why I say it's got that Hosnian Prime, Canto Bite, upper levels of Coruscant feel to it. That's why it's so well lit. That's why it looks so nice. But when you get back down to the seedy parts and get to Tatooine, it's got that same color scheme.
I got massive callbacks to Mando season 2 Ender. The Dark Troopers falling down into space.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that. And then this
I like
is kind of like a
Cantobite.
Bespin
I
call.
said that.
Yes, I was saying the same thing to myself.
Yeah, like a little Bespin call.
Mm-hmm.
And then she shows up.
There she is.
She's super sus now. I'm just gonna
I don't
say
think
it.
she's us. I think it puts.
They're Death Watch, aren't they?
I did a lot of digging. I literally spent the entire day at the computer cutting, editing, and watching and doing homework, there's a lot.
Screaming at the wall.
There's no, only here. There's a lot that people forget. That she goes through quite a bit, but then if you don't know the Clone Wars and Rebels background to some of this stuff, you miss out on a lot, right? Like the fact is that Bo-Katan was Death Watch. When we first saw her, she was a lieutenant in the Death Watch, leader of the Night Owls, right? And then when Maul killed her sister, or when Maul killed the leader of Death Watch, she would not accept Maul as a leader, and that's when she tore away. So that created a third faction of Mandalorians.
You guys saw the Mythosaur on his shoulder?
Wasn't Previs
They talked about it.
John Favreau too? Didn't John Favreau voice
Yeah.
Previs?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think he was this guy too.
He's
wasn't
gonna
it?
be
Yeah,
all
he
the
is.
Vizslas.
Yeah.
He's gonna do all the Vizsla voices.
All the Vizslas.
Any Vizsla, he's the Vizsla.
Mhm.
I mean, for all we know, that's him in the suit.
Honestly, yeah.
we did, but we had a debate about that a while back. We're like, no, I swear I thought he was in there, but oh
Yeah,
man,
Maybe Easter egg.
It would be. It would be.
you know,
fitting
it's good
for
when I
him
got
as a
nothing to
third
complain
experiment.
about.
Well, but I mean, like I said, so right here with this group, this is the Maul sector.
Yeah, these
of
are the
Death
Maul
Watch,
loyalists,
right?
Yeah.
And then
It explains the horns.
Bo-Katan and her group are they call themselves the true Mandalorians, the ones that wouldn't accept Maul. And then you have the Duchess's people, Satine's sister,
The new Mandalorians.
or Satines, that are the new Mandalorians. So that's what I'm saying is there's 3 different sects of Mandalorians, and that's what I've been saying about this trifecta, about this triangle, about this thing that's going to happen and eventually in Star Wars. She literally just put the puzzle pieces together, because you have now Din Djarin, who is a child of the Watch that is Maul loyalists. You have Bo, that is the original separatists, and then you have Boba, that is technically the Mandalore old school sect. So there's a lot there's this whole grouping of unifying Mandalore under these 3 flags. It's
something about the Darksaber igniting, right? It's just it's so cool, man.
Oh, cool.
It even takes her back. If you look at the way that Bryce directed this episode, and Bryce is probably, I'm brave to say she might be the best best director of the Mandoverse so far, because everything she's putting out is amazing. But look at the way she directed. Back it up.
Yeah, you see the armorer shift as the weight.
She
Yeah,
moves,
yeah, she's
right?
like, oh,
'Cause
snap,
it
son.
almost pushes her back, and that's Bryce Dallas Howard going, "Hey, I need you to move just a skosh. I need you to flinch a little bit, because it's so powerful. It's so heavy, right?" And she just directed another banger. She just keeps directing bangers.
Dude, everything she was saying about the saber, like she's talking about the crystal, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Well, she's
That was
talking about the
amazing.
sentientness. Like, watch.
Yes.
I just released a
100,000%.
video on this today. I released 2 of them. One is her describing all this, the tales of Mandalore, but the other one is really like a comparison to the way Kanan is talking to Sabine about the saber and the weight, and how it's old, and how it's weighted different than Ezra's or his sabers, because it's different, and it's not a normal kyber crystal. It's a different kyber crystal.
Mass.
Yeah,
So
dude.
you
I'm so
can
hyped to
see
learn
the
more about that.
similarities in
I hope it's
her
dense.
teachings of saber technique, and the way that Kanan was teaching
I thought
Sabine.
the Darksaber was focused by a crate dragon pearl.
I thought it was the same ring that the same compound of ring that Snoke wore. That crystal
I
that
have
they
no
that
idea.
kind
Oh,
of
I
crystal.
don't know.
I don't know about any of that.
I don't know about snow.
What did they call it? Obsidian?
I thought that was just from Mustafar, though.
I don't think it's a crate dragon pearl.
Oh god, that's so sick.
See, I love how the saber, when it comes out and it does that quick little shift, because you got that cut in at
Yeah,
the
well, let
bottom
me
of
get
the
done when we get
blade.
the noise here.
That's so wet.
until
Mhm.
okay, so like a bunch of people make prop replica Darksabers. I've never been about it. When Clone Wars came out, I never wanted one. I was like, it's kind of chintzy. I don't think I like it.
Mm.
I'm 1000% getting one. Look at that
Oh, yeah.
hilt, dude. It's gorgeous. I don't like that they put
Mhm.
the Covertech clip on it, but can you pop
Yeah.
off that Covertech clip
Yeah, I mean, it's just an Allen head. I'm
for
sure
a
I
wheel?
could if I wanted to. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I mean, it's just it's for their because this is Galaxy's Edge version. They all have the
That
same
shield.
equipment
Sick.
instead of
That
the
is
T-Rim.
sick. That's not the Hasbro one. That's a Legacy.
This is the this is the
The
Legacy.
Legacy. Okay, cool.
That looks nice, man.
Yeah, dude, it's gorgeous. It's
I
gorgeous.
love the vibro blade that this guy takes out here too.
Shave the wise. What's up, brother?
Oh,
I gotta pull that comment down.
thank you. Oh my god.
Did you bring any beer?
Homemade banana bread.
Oh,
Walnut.
holla!
Sheesh.
It's a close second.
Oh my goodness. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a like if this was
It's
so premeditated, right? Like as soon as what is his name? Paz.
Paz Vizsla?
Paz, yeah.
As soon as Paz saw the Darksaber, he's like, I'm gonna challenge this fool.
Dude, yep.
Right? Because
Don't blame him.
they were already at odds the first time that we saw the
I
armor.
know, but I felt like they left his homies, dude, when he's flying with the jetpack and he salutes him and he's like,
Yeah,
"Damn,
he
I gotta
totally
get
bailed
out
on
of
his
here, dude."
homies to go help the armor at GTFO.
Yeah.
I want to watch it. I got to watch it again and see the angle
Mhm.
because the camera does pan to him as he's looking up away from the hilt. And I'm pretty sure he looks the armor dead in her face.
Yeah.
And like they both mentally are like, we need to get that saber.
Oh, we're gonna get that
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that. That's like the
Yeah.
boys in the hood, right? When like
Yeah.
you see some sneakers on some dude.
This
and
is the way without saying
they're
this
like,
is the way.
Yo, we gonna get those sneakers, yo. Right? Like
That
that's
was
Just
sick
snapped his
right
weapon
there.
in half.
Yeah, took it right out. But you know what? That
That
point you just made there leads me to a question. I have a big question as to what happens right after this fight. Is why
what a scene.
this fight
Yeah.
is really cool.
Well,
And
ask the
to Hawk's points before, tons of headbutts. This is like headbutt city.
I feel you, Chief.
Oh, you mean you almost pulled an Xwing? Because that's what we're calling it from now on. It's an Xwing.
I always do it first. I do it. I'm the
You're
cool guy.
pioneering. You're pioneering and messing
I'm
up.
the
bro.
ultimate hipster, bro. Even when it's
Get this man some tight, skinny jeans
even
that
when
are
it's
almost
detrimental,
capris, and let's get
I
this
did it
man
first.
into his hipster. So what were you saying, Matt? The next scene?
So
Before
it
we get
felt
there?
like it came out of nowhere, but you just made a good point that kind of makes me look at this differently about how Paz like looks at the armorer and they kind of have that moment. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Because when she asks him all of a sudden, have you ever taken your helmet off? I'm like, where is this coming from? Why are
Mhm.
you asking this now? I thought they were
all
going.
set up.
I thought she was for somehow based off of a creed that she was going to take the Darksaber from him right then and there. But then I was like, you can't do that. It has to be won in
you gotta win in
combat.
combat, but still, I
Mhm.
feel like, dude, the armor probably beat the crap out of Din.
Well,
We've seen
especially
her fight. She's brutal.
Yeah, she's brutal, but I mean, at the same time, it's that next scene gave us so much setup. Like if you don't see what's coming now,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna tell you because I don't want to ruin this. But honestly,
That's
like I might have to make a video about what's coming because this like they foreshadowed some huge things that are coming.
Yeah, and Hydro, like I'm a blacksmith, so armor is hammer and tongs. Like, let's go. I just want look at this. Like, why is every frame in this entire episode a poster?
Mhm.
It's shot beautifully, dude. The cinematography in
That's a
this
poster.
episode alone. Yeah, it's
That's a poster. That's
It's
a
gorgeous.
poster. Look at the lighting. Like,
the
I don't
sparks
want to get
coming
too
off of that.
techy with it and everything, but like,
I thought right here he was off the edge.
Oh,
I was like, oh, he just threw him off.
Dude,
I
as he tossed
expected
him-
one of those Ahsoka Anakin moments where he just put the saber in the
Right.
metal and like slowed himself down.
Mm.
I was like, man, that's a
but
handy
did you guys see the Captain America moment here where big heavy Mando Paz can't pick up the saber?
Yes,
Look at how
bro.
hard he
Mm.
struggles to pick this thing up, dude. He's like,
Mhm.
He's not
Ugh.
worthy.
He's not
He's
worthy.
huge, and he's huge because he tosses it
Yo.
around like a piece of meat, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with all the Beskar armor on, he just picked
Like
him up.
everything. He
and
just
threw him.
picks him up and tosses him like he's nothing, right? And then he
Mhm.
goes to pick up Excalibur and he's like, I'm not worthy.
So
No, I'm not worthy. No.
let me ask you guys this then, because when you talk about Jedi, they have a connection to their weapon, to their lightsaber. There is a connection through the Force.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a similar Force-related element here?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
The same way Sabine describes it when she's talking about the saber while she's getting taught by Kanan.
Mm.
She talks about how it's getting lighter, and that's only through practice and focus, right? The reason that Din is having such a hard time is because he isn't focused on saber training and getting familiar with the weapon. He's focused on Grogu. That's
Yeah, he
all
doesn't
he's
care
got his
about
head
the
wrapped
Darksaber,
around,
dude.
right? And so
He don't care.
he's not going to get any better at this until he starts to focus, right? And that focus cost him,
It's what kind of focus though,
bro.
because
Look at the lighting. Like, it's perfect.
I
No,
feel like
Hawk, you
that's a
got a good
different
point there.
that's a different kind of crystal. I hope
Mhm.
that we go all the way down the lore rabbit hole, eventually get to the point where we see how it was created and what the Kyber crystals originated from.
I
And
think
maybe it's a new type of Force user.
I definitely feel like this opens the door to give us more background on this through the Mandoverse. So there's a lot of opportunity to show what, because they've shown us bits and bobs of pre-Vizsla, right? Or Tar, I'm sorry, Tar Vizsla.
Mhm. The
and so-
Mandalore.
yeah, and so it gives us a lot of opportunity to do this stuff.
Well, Tar was the first Mandalorian Jedi.
Right. It would be awesome to see if they give us this pearl that was right before this of, whatever that metal is, whether it's chainmail, whether it's bits and bobs for a lightsaber hilt, much like,
I don't know how to feel about
like-
chainmail Grogu.
Did
I don't
they
want to put too
say-
much.
like,
I don't
look,
want to
if-
put too much energy into
if
that.
you look at the rings here, right? Like on the Darksaber, I almost imagine them being like these rings,
They're
right?
so small.
The accents, but he's going to be small, right? He's a little guy. She knows how big a lightsaber for that size of an individual would be. We only
Did
saw
she
them
meet
drop.
Grogu?
Yeah, she
The
met him
armor?
in the cavern when he got his new weapons and armed up and got healed.
He was in the
He was in the
floating
backpack.
thing. Yeah,
She says, "IG, go guard the hall, and you take
Mhm.
guard the
That's
baby."
right, that's right.
They have met.
Yeah.
They've met, and she knows how he is basically a Jedi foundling to her, right? So it would make sense for her to create something that he could use in his saber. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody, we got a hot take. Let's take a hot take. Scipio, Xwing, the episode wasn't that great. The mechanic lady who spoke Jawas was cringe. I can agree there. The female Mando was a know-it-all, and the episode wasted too much time on fixing the new ship. Okay, this is what I'm going to say here. Mechanic lady who spoke Jawas was cringe. Agreed, 100%. But everything else that they gave us, I'm willing to wipe the slate on the mechanic lady. The female Mando was a know-it-all. This is the part in storytelling where it's tough. She's a know-it-all. She's the sage. She's the one who holds the Mandalorian lore. She's our only conduit into the old Mandalore, right? So she's got to have that information. Otherwise, we don't have another way to access those old Mandalorian values, stories, everything that they know about the Darksaber. He's like, what is this thing? I don't know. Turn it on and it cuts through stuff. And it's heavy. I don't know.
She's like Gandalf. She knows all the stuff she's supposed to know about Mandalore, right? She has all the information that's being passed on, because she views herself as the last, because she doesn't trust the other sex of Mandalorians, right? The other sex, nobody else is telling that story. So
right,
she
it's
feels
their
like,
creed. It's almost like she has to tell that story.
right?
Like he needs to know this if he wants to continue to be a Mandalorian.
Well, and there's so few numbers,
her
right?
eyes.
That covert got wiped out. So
Mhm.
everybody who believed what those guys believe is now gone, and it's these 3 people are all that's left of that covert, and now it's down to 2 because they ostracized Din Djarin. So now, I mean, you have to remember there's only 2 of the Maul Death Watch Mandalorians left. She is the only one with this story that feels, like she's telling the truth. It's crazy.
And I agree with the ship building taking too long, but I think what they were trying to instill was basically a connection to the ship. Like he put a lot of personal work into the ship so that it's not just like, oh, I found this thing in a hangar and I turn it on and I fly and it's my ship now. He built it. I think that's the whole reason why they spent so much time on building it and why he took the test flight, which is something we're going to get into a little bit later because that was like...
But I got to ask, I think I'm alone in this. Am I the only one that likes the mechanic lady?
I did. I was going to say that too.
Jawa was hilarious.
I love her character. I loved her.
I liked her in Mando. I liked her in this. Yeah.
It wasn't like Han speaking Wookiee, but this was fun. It just felt funny. It was entertaining for her to just be like, hold on, I could talk to these guys, even though they understand basic.
Yeah.
The ship build was long,
the other way.
but I liked it too, man.
I knew it was going to be a problem when I was watching it. That's what I'll say. I knew it was going to be a problem when I was watching it. I was just on such a hype train from the episode that I was like, I don't even care right now. And we were getting BD in it as well, which is something that I was big time hyped on.
They could have just had, they could have just had Mando ask if you could give him a specific wish list instead of all of the other specifics.
Put my screen up. Put me on the big screen. Come on, go. Come on.
He stepped away for a second.
Of course he did.
I don't know. I feel like they teased something here. I know we're not up to that moment with the shipbuilding and stuff, but we're kind of on that topic. But when he asked them, how did you get this part?
Put me up. Put me up real quick.
Oh, he's got something.
Come on, do it. Put me up. Put me in, coach.
Oh, God, look at the little bugger. Oh, he looks so good live, dude.
Oh my God.
Okay. You can.
I love him. I want one.
Yeah, dude. If nothing else, they're going to make BD1 toys now. I am so freaking pumped to get a BD1 Lego set or a BD1 full size. Like, I am pumped.
Yo, Ducky Momo hit on it already, but there was a Jurassic Park moment when she was holding on to the edge of the thing. Pulled in and Crit even goes. Crit was even like, shoot her.
It was what did she say? It's biting.
It's chewing. It's chewing.
That was awesome.
So, yeah, I think the only reason she takes me out a little bit is because I used to watch Kids in the Hall a bunch, and she was in Kids in the Hall, and so when I see her, I'm like, oh, I can take some Kids in the Hall. But she's believable to me, like an old crabby old lady that freaking I don't know.
She's like, I've never been off world. This is just what I do. And plus pit droids come along with her, and I love
fix you blast the holes.
Well, and it's funny because I love the interactions with the droids. Like, she's like, hey, go back there and get him, and the droid's like, nuh-uh. And she's like, what do you mean no? What do you mean no? This is bullshit, right? Like, she's great.
You got to be careful talking about what's the hairdryer called?
Dio.
Oh, Dio. Don't go play. Don't go dogging Dio, bro.
That's his best
nose droid.
Don't go dogging my Dio, bro.
Come on.
I like the little droids, man. He's got personality.
So here's what I would say. Echo brings up a point. I hate her, all love, but I hate her. I think people understand that she's annoying as hell, but this is a character that can fit in the universe, right? It's a difference.
They went a little long with this. I get the personal touch, but we didn't need to see every panel get put on. We didn't need to see every part get thrown in. There were some fun parts, like, hey, I don't have a vapor manifold back here. And she's like, what do you mean a vapor manifold? She has to be emissions. Forget about it.
She has to be one of the best mechanics in Tatooine, because if a Jawa man can't stand her, like, let's be honest.
All right, get ready. Here
She's
it is.
Got to be doing a lot of good business.
Here's the reach.
What's the reach for?
She's the old lady on Jakku that Rey looks at that's been sitting there scrubbing parts for all these years.
Oh, come on. That's now you're reaching. You're reaching like
Yeah.
you're reaching like, Mr.
Hey.
Fantastic reaches to get toilet paper. You're reaching, bro.
Headcanon until it's proven wrong.
He's been doing some yoga classes because I don't know how you bent your way into that one.
It just popped in there. It just popped in there.
I mean, that's fun. If that would have taken place on Tatooine, I would have been like sold. What if that's the little old lady that greets Rey at the very end?
Okay, we're done talking about it.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Right?
Yeah.
What if that's the little
At
old,
the
like,
homestead.
who are you, young lady?
Yes.
Right? Like, that's what I
Let's
like.
go.
If anything, that's who she is.
Don't bring up the most damaging line in all of Star Wars right now. Okay, so we get the N1 crosshair. Look at how it's reminiscent. It's reminiscent of the Razor Crest, right?
I want the Lego set.
The dual cow
Love the engines
coverings,
on the
all
top.
in silver. Everything about it. The hot rod engine coming out of the top just makes sense. It shouldn't,
It's
but I
not
love it.
silver, okay? It's stainless steel, all right? You gotta. It's like
It's
the DeLorean.
Nubian.
It's Nubian. It's like the DeLorean. It's a Nubian DeLorean.
All right, so guys, I put together a little reel real quick.
Yeah, quick. Distract the chat. Quick.
Just because I wanted to. This was a love letter for me to the Phantom Menace, and so I sat down today. I was like, dude, there are so many similarities. Let's look at it.
Engaging forward drives.
Come up to Beggar's Canyon. How's the handling?
Let's see what she's got.
I love it.
God dang.
finally understood. He understands me. I'm sorry.
Wait, you didn't have to try too hard to match that music, did you? You didn't have to try very hard to match any of that audio.
I didn't match any audio.
It was
I
all
just
in there, man.
stuck
No,
it
that's what
That
I'm
was
saying.
so weird.
You didn't have to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't have to try hard to find good edit points. It all sounded the same.
Well, that's the thing is, so the audio is
Crazy.
very, very similar. And then God bless George Lucas and everybody that got together on that movie because they didn't put they didn't put music in the pod race until the really important moments when you get that.
Dude, them both going out, like that was both of them coming up out of the canyon. That was shot for shot.
It was like,
Wow.
man, when I was watching that, I was
That was awesome.
Hell yeah.
What was that little womp rat sitting there taking a nap?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Either what do they call them? Skirkers. We see them in the Specialized the first time when the
Yeah, you're right. It was the thing that took BD was a womp rat, the bigger thing.
yeah.
Yes. That's why you can hit those with your spear.
Bullseye 'em.
16.
Bullseye 'em in your.
So then we get these guys. Now, as I was watching this,
Rookie.
I was wondering. Hold on.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
He's like the
Do
Sekar
what you
Ramrod.
want.
This guy.
Sekar Ramrod. Sekar Ramrod.
Ramrod, say it.
You realize how fast you're going, Meow?
Now,
Am I bouncing around all nimbly bimbly?
Meow.
Is this somebody that I'm supposed to know because I don't recognize his face?
That's
I'm-
Wedge Antilles.
Don't do it.
Jeez.
Don't do it.
I'm assuming that's one of the directors.
Okay.
I just don't know who it is.
That's
I
a
don't know who that is.
That's
We
a
gotta-
de-aged Filoni.
We got to look at.
Where's Risman? Who is
It's
this?
not Trapper Wolf, bro. We gotta
That's
look.
Barba.
Yo.
Yeah, that's Luke's stunt double.
That's Barba.
Wait, is that, you know what, dude? Is that the same guy? Is that, I think that is.
Does this
Who?
look like spit to you?
Hold
That's
on.
not far.
Is
From.
Chicken fucker.
It's Kurt Cop.
No, I want to watch that movie.
God, you guys are still stuck on it.
We're gonna do it in the Discord watch party.
That
Let's
is
go.
him. Yep, that's him. That's
Who
100%
is it?
him. That's the guy that they brought in to do the original motion for Luke Skywalker in the end of season
Oh
2.
yeah,
Yeah.
I see it now.
There you go.
Nick
Yes.
Lloyd Jones.
Yeah,
See, you're getting Luke Sky. Look, you got Luke Skywalker in an X-wing already. You got to be
He
happy.
They
He
put
looked
scruff on
so
him and I
weird
couldn't
with like
recognize him.
long hair and facial hair. I didn't recognize him at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then
cool.
possibly
That's
like
awesome.
one of my favorite lines in all of freaking Star Wars, dude. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
Answering a few questions.
I love it, dude. He's
No.
like trying to catch me riding dirty.
Oh, the sublight line too.
Those were his sublights, man. Come on,
All right, come on,
dude.
let him say it. Let him say it.
How did it jump?
It didn't power up his hyperdrives.
Didn't jump, kid. Those were sublight thrusters.
Oh God, I love it, man.
That shot right
See-
there, dude.
See, that
was
needs to
good.
be one of those one of
That's a
those
poster
cool
again.
those cool
Mhm.
guy memes where like the glasses fly over and the blunt flies in his mouth.
Yeah,
Mando right before he pushes the button and then let it play.
that's awesome.
Dude, all of the canyon scenes of him in that N1 like makes me want Rogue Squadron even more now, man.
I
all the
know,
cockpit
can you
shots.
imagine, dude.
Come on. He
So
can just sit there and they can just spin the screen behind him on the big stage.
No, it's
like,
better when they spin the whole vehicle.
Yeah, I'm
look at
just
these
saying, like,
P65Bs, bro. Like, oh my God, you got a red squadron, blue squadron flying together. Look at the Astromechs, like.
mhm.
So many things that I want, and then Fennec Shan shows up. At this point, I was just like, yeah, whatever. Honestly, I was like, yeah, okay.
I
mean,
don't mind.
honestly, this
He's like, no, we're not going to highlight any more of the
this
Tatooine stuff."
episode absolutely could have been put in like they could have put this as the premiere
Oh my God, of Mando season 3? Are you kidding me?
as Mando season 3 premiere
I would have credited myself.
and
Hmm.
leading into a seat like if this is me, I put this at you know, I just it's unfortunate.
It feels like a whole different world, right? Like,
Like a bantha.
and then and the
I don't-
modified N1 ripping through Beggar's Canyon. Like,
There's
it doesn't make sense.
you're telling two different stories, right? Like, look, okay, if Ahsoka is going to be a Ronin style story, right? If she is your Japanese influence in Star Wars right now, the Jedi in general, but mainly her right now, then you fast forward, and Din Djarin is literally Doc Holliday, right? 100%. He is. I'm your Huckleberry, right? You want to draw? Let's draw. Say when, right? And it seems like they're trying to fit Boba as Tony Soprano, right?
What
And
is going to happen when you put Din Djarin next to Boba Fett now? Like, he can't be the same dude, bro. You can't put Din Djarin next to Boba Fett at this point.
but that's what I'm saying. I feel like we're telling a couple of different stories, right? And I understand what they're trying to do, but it just feels like they're setting these stories up to be different. But after this episode, guys, I'm telling you, I got a real Spidey tingle. I got a Peter tingle.
Ooh, I bet you did.
That's a Spider-Man
Peter?
reference. Come on, guys. I got the Peter tingle about something that was said in this episode that I think could be literally like
All right, talk to me, Goose. What is it? What's your trigger word?
I mean, do I want to give it to you guys? Do you guys really want it?
Ooh,
You
it
really
sounds
want it? 'Cause
juicy.
it's kind of
Don't ever,
juicy.
don't ever talk to me like that again.
All right.
Spill now.
So here's now one of my long plays, right? They kind of literally just did my entire fan film. Literally. I mean, this is what I've been talking about for months, about trying to get Din in the
Spit it out,
armor
man, for God's sake, spit it
together.
out.
So that ship is now out to sea. But she said something that
Who did?
the armor said
Yeah.
something, and I'm going to put it up for you guys. But the armor said something that I feel like is going to be really where Boba Fett is going potentially. And it is very much a man, it's a callback without being a callback. Like it's oh man, I'm so pumped about it. So here it is right here. Ready? Here we go.
Okay. See it. What you got?
On his hands.
Okay, we're gonna go 10 seconds forward. Yeah. Okay, here it is.
Legends.
Right.
Where did the songs of eons past foretold of the Mythosaur rising up to herald a new age of Mandalore?
So where does Din Djarin now have to go to atone and be asked back to?
Mandalore.
He has to go to what? The pools of who? What?
Where the
What was-
freaking Mythosaur's at, my God.
Where the legendary lost Mythosaur sleeps.
Dude, could you imagine?
So what if this
And
whole
Boba
board-
Fett is gonna be training to ride a Rancor. as
Yo,
practice.
he's gonna be training
As
to ride a
practice.
Rancor. Din is gonna say, "Hey, I gotta go to Mandalore to do this
Talking
thing.
about practice.
I need somebody to have my back. I need you to come with me." And Boba Fett ends up riding the Mythosaur.
Bo-Katan
gonna
got
be
nothing
Din.
on that, bro.
It's gonna be Din.
No, they have to put Boba on the Mythosaur.
They
That's-
have to put Boba
that's
Fett
the
on the
direct
Mythosaur,
throwback.
His armor symbol, like,
bro.
did you notice they all had it though? Like Paz
That's because
Vizsla has it.
that's the symbol of Mandalore. I mean, that's a very
Yeah.
symbolic symbol of Mandalore. But I'm just
sure.
saying, bro, she talks
The
literally
mind is on his hands.
about the Mythosaur, right?
Mhm.
Like
Dude, wow.
they,
Oh my
they
God.
talk about where it's found. Not necessarily where it's found, but where he has to go to atone, and he's like, the mines are all destroyed or gone or whatever.
Has
And she's
somebody
like,
imagined the Mythosaur in real life? Like, do we have any artist renderings of what it look? Very few.
Well, yo, doesn't he say that he's ridden things 10 times the size of
Yeah.
a Rancor?
He's
Yeah.
referencing the Mythosaur.
Mythosaur.
So he's been on one.
It's the thing from the holiday
Have you
special.
watched the holiday special, man?
Yeah, for sure. But we're saying the live action canon Boba Fett has already ridden a
Yes.
goddamn.
Yes.
That's what he-
Okay.
Well,
Yep.
okay. He didn't say the Mythosaur. He said I've ridden things 10 times.
That's what
as
I'm
big."
saying.
That's-
like,
that's
what?
what they were
What else?
What
What
the
else
hell is
10
this
times
guy
as big as a
riding?
Rancor?
Mm-hmm.
To herald the new age of Mandalore. Right?
Mhm.
I mean, that is
Is Boba gonna become Mandalorian?
Or
that's
the
what I'm
thing.
saying, bro. Me and
It's-
Hawks and I have been talking about this for a minute now in our own private DMs. And literally, like, this could be the path to bring Boba to the grand arc of the comic, right? And where he becomes Mandalore. He is by birthright, he's entitled by birthright.
So you're
Right, I
saying
mean-
Boba ends up with the Darksaber then also?
Potentially.
I mean, if Din only really cares about
Grogu.
baby,
Grogu, right?
it's not a conflict of interest, right?
Mhm.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm all in on that.
Mm-hmm.
100%. I'm all in on that. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I'm
Boba
telling
Fett
you.
riding a Mythosaur, and then maybe he like loans out the Rancor to Din Djarin, and they're just freaking.
Yo, if he rides up on a Mythosaur and just says, "I am Boba Fett,"
Mhm.
Thanks for subscribing. Just get rid of Disney Plus. Not doing it anymore.
The
I really
living
wanna know-
waters- the living waters beneath the mines of Mandalore.
Beneath
Mines
the
of Moria.
mines.
Will it
So I
take
feel
the
like
Darksaber to
even
bring
though,
us to
Here,
Mythosaur?
I'm gonna
What
put
if
it
the
up.
Mythosaur can only awake if it like hears the call of the Darksaber or something?
The
You know,
tone,
something
that
like that. You
squeal
could
that
add
comes
something
The
from it.
squeal of the Darksaber under the what did she call
You
it?
stick it in the pool.
Right? She called
Mhm.
it
I want it all. I want it all.
Yeah.
Can we have it now?
according to Creed, one can
Yep.
only be
Stanley's, don't you remember? It's Star Wars. Nobody's ever really gone.
Mhm.
It'll go from like a bantha to like a mythosaur.
Mhm.
So there it is right there.
Dude, the freaking look on your face in that.
I can't help myself.
So we might take a scenic route to get to that stuff, but it looks like they could be setting up for something large, pun intended.
Mhm.
You know, and everyone like thinks that
It didn't
you
already
know, I'm
took a
seeing
great dragon.
some blasphemy about Boba Fett in the chat right now, but he could be set up to be like a beast master. They keep talking about the menagerie, and he's starting small, but like we could see him being the Mandalore that controls beasts. Like that'd be cool.
There's just
Or
a
is
lot of
able to tame, you know,
Hey,
through
everybody,
whatever his
we
tribal.
just broke 50 viewers for the first time on friggin' Boomer
Oh,
Council.
snap.
Let's go, baby. What's up,
Appreciate the
everybody?
chat. For sure.
Make sure to subscribe to these beautiful people here, by the way. This is a milestone. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I think I'm at 51.
Little things.
I think that's where we're
Oh, geez.
All right, let me share this. Share screen. I want y'all to see that's the specific right there. I've ridden
There it is.
Beast 10 times its size, and there you go. Holiday special, 1978. The Beast with two humps. So I highly doubt that they're going to give us a pink brontosaur for the Mythosaur when we actually
No,
get
it'll
live
be
action.
amplified. Yeah.
it'll have scales and it might be like
Oh, look at
have
how
a-
badass they made the crate look, man. Comparatively, oh my god,
Great Dragon was sick.
yeah.
it just seems like I think there was so much excitement in this entire episode that I think there's so many things. Like I said, I've watched it half a dozen times, if not more, just going back and cutting footage and watching and watching and watching.
Not a Mythosaur.
But
Educate me.
it seems like there's a lot of little pearls in there like that.
Yeah, where's Risman? He'll back him up. It's called like a
not a
ichthyo whatever nonsense.
Ichthyosaurus.
We already, yeah, we already, I think a couple weeks ago.
Oh, there you
brought
go, Xwing. Jimmy McKee has a
Maze takes the Darksaber from Din, then Boba wins it back.
there you go. That's right up your alley.
that up.
Pars
Yeah.
Ichthyodont.
Ichthyodont.
Oh, there you go. There's a question for the Masters edition of Tuesday Night Trivia.
Ichthyodont. Good thing spelling doesn't freaking matter in the trivia. I would be good.
I mean, Ladaj, you don't have to say all that.
So here's
No,
what I'm
you don't have to go that far. Reel it in. Reel it in.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that with this lead up to how we've talked about in the past of getting this Infinity War Endgame style deal, right?
Game of Thrones.
But get this like involving creatures like freaking rancors in there and mythosaurs and whatever else that comes in. Like you could take this to a whole nother level with it. But the other thing too I was thinking about was how we were talking about the tone shift from in this episode versus everything else.
Big tone shift.
The way I kind of look at it is in comparison to the MCU, because each film in that had its own style, somewhat drastically different than others. Like Guardians of the Galaxy is way different than Iron Man, and but we just accepted that, and then they all came together, and it worked. So that's the way I kind of looked at this. I was like, tone was definitely different, but purposefully. I think, dude, when this stuff comes together, if we get creatures in a battle against whatever forces are coming, most likely Thrawn and
it's gonna
Well,
be
listen, Star Wars is wilding. I've seen huts on rancors, so I'm just
can be
saying.
crazy.
You've seen a hut ride a rancor?
Yes, sir. And I'm not telling you where it's from.
What was I think back to like some of the stories like with Mandalorians riding basilisks, like the crazy battles that they had and Mandalorians fighting each other and stuff like that. And I feel like they finally might have cracked an egg on a good avenue for Star Wars where people are going to be interested, because maybe they thought like people were tired of Jedi and they're like, we need something new. And they're like, well, we can do Mandalorians, but it's going to take a long time to flesh this thing out. You know what I mean? And they're like, well,
Well,
but
I think
we
that's
can have basilisks and Darksabers and like Jedi wars, because if they crack this Mandalorian thing open and they get people used to it, then we can go back and go to the Great War between the Jedi and the Mandalorians. You know,
isn't that really what this Darksaber is an anchor for that?
Oh yeah,
right?
dude, and
Because
Revan,
you know, I mean, so it just feels like they're giving us this episode, although everybody is hyped about the episode, and everybody's like, well, just kill Boba and call it a day and be done with it. He's dead to me. I still think that he holds a lot of weight in what's going to happen.
That's actually not wrong.
And
he's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah, he's right.
But I still think Boba's got a lot of good story in him. I just think that the start of this has been very, very, very off tempo.
Yeah. Yeah, it has suffered in its early stages, and now basically somebody said it earlier in the chat. I don't remember who said it, but I was like, now we have a 3-episode season is essentially what we're looking at, because things are going to pick up from here on out, and I think it could be the last 3 episodes would have done everything that people needed, minus some portions of the flashbacks.
It's
You know what I mean?
like Clone Wars season 7, dude.
Yeah. Oh.
Yo, so what is Din just gonna walk into the Pikes and be like, "Who you working for? Where? Just point me in the direction." And
No, I really think it's I
200
really
Pikes, he's all, I can bring you in warm.
I feel
I like
like it's
those
going to
odds.
be the definitely more of the Navarro crew. I think this just opens the door for him to call up Din's buddies to come in and help handle this. And then after everything is said and done and Boba owns the space, I think that's when Din says, okay, I scratched your back. I need your help. It's time to go back to Mandalore. You have the ship. Let's go.
You got the ride and I got the money, honey.
Yeah, basically. You got the ride, I got the money. I'll pay for gas. Let's roll.
Yeah.
I'm hyped now for Din having to tell Bo-Katan about what happened between the armor and him. Yeah,
She's gonna be like, bro, I told you those guys are psychopaths. Like, you can take your helmet off. It's okay.
Bro, I just watched that conversation like 30 minutes before we got here. And I watched Bo tell, like, the other Mandalorians were like, oh, he's one of those.
Yeah.
Right. And she explains everything and he doesn't buy it, but now he's seen it. Like, they don't care what your excuse is. Now you got to go back to Mandalore, into a place that's supposed to be dead. That's heavy.
Yeah, somebody said they thought the little socket was for bounties. I'm like, hey, dude, that's a little Grogu bubble. You kidding me, bro?
You're gonna be in there just like
crazy.
I think you
That's
could
gonna be sick.
absolutely stuff
How
a
many-
body in there. Come on.
How many awesome like Luke R2 callbacks are we gonna get? But it's Din and Grogu in the back just talking smack like a little friggin' jerk. I love it.
I want him to put bodies in the cargo bay there, or in the droid tube. I want like bounties to go in there. And
Can you imagine there's just like 8 faces pressed against the bubble?
yes.
I gotta offload my cargo. Jesus Christ, dude.
Sorry,
Well,
sorry.
here's
Everybody has to come in. Everybody has to come in cold from now in because from now on because I don't have the room, guys. So
He just opens it to
hey,
space.
look, I'm
Flash
sorry, guys.
freezes
I'm just taking heads nowadays. That's it. I'm not bringing bodies in anymore. I'm just taking a bag of heads. So
Gumball machine, he
he's got a
opens
little.
it up.
He's got trash bag, like it's like a trash can, right? He's got trash bags. He's just dumping heads in there with.
they open the
fobs.
bottom of
Oh
the
my
ship and it's
God.
like a bowling ball return.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now,
Won't
okay,
that
on all
movie, 8
seriousness,
heads in a duffel bag.
Disney
How-
would never. It's fun.
how dope. I once upon a time thought Disney would never have bloody headed bags being carried
True.
through a city before.
And that
Disney
time was
has-
day before yesterday.
Disney has come a long ways, but
Yeah.
how about this conversation? What's it going to be like for Din Djarin to have a conversation with Bo-Katan about defending the Darksaber against a Vizsla.
Yeah, dude.
Mhm.
It's gonna piss her off
Right?
even more.
Like
I
that's
feel
gonna
like.
piss her off even to the nth
Yeah.
degree. Like, wait a minute. First of all,
Every
you
time
got
I'm
the
not
saber that I
around.
told you to stay away from.
She
Number
doesn't even
two,
like the Vizslas.
exactly. So how is she going to be like, wait a minute. You took my sword. I told you to stay away from dude. You took my sword. You took my crown. And now you beat the ass I really want to beat?
Oh,
Yeah, see,
dude, you're totally
it's that-
right.
Bro, this is bullshit.
It's the Dumb and Dumber.
No, she is literally going to flip her goddamn lid, man.
I want her to yell that.
That's the only wall yell that I'm gonna laugh at. He's like the pissed off 16-year-old girl, like
Do it. Do it.
Right?
Oh,
Like,
man.
you
I
know,
thought Xwing was yelling at the wall.
do you know how pissed off she's gonna be? Like, whoa. You've done everything I've wanted to do the last 20 years of my life. I hate you, Din Djarin.
There's one line
I hate you.
from Dumb and Dumber that sums it all up.
Yeah.
Just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber,
I know.
you go out and completely redeem yourself.
Xwing's on the verge
true,
of
though.
tears
It's
over
true.
there. So,
I love it.
but seriously, I
Every
mean,
time.
how pissed off is she gonna? She's gonna challenge him right there. She can be like, "That's it. Take your helmet off. I'm beating on us right now. Enough.
Yeah.
Right? Like she is gonna be pissed,
Yeah.
or she's gonna be like, "Sweet, you beat his ass, so he's easy to beat. High five. I'm gonna get him." Right? Like there's beef, man. There's serious. beef.
she doesn't want secondhand sloppies over beating. I mean,
Mm.
what's that after Din gets him though, right?
I mean,
The
I
way
think
she
I do
talks to
think we're gonna
everybody-
see the Darksaber change hands a couple times. I really do.
I think it has to.
It may not go to the death.
I think
But
if
it's
it leaves a hand, it's gonna go from Mando directly to Boba. If it changes hands, it's not going anywhere in between.
See, I could see it going Boba or Din Boba,
Boba.
right? Because she's coming for it, man. She wants it. She feels like it's hers, right? She feels like that is her sword, that is her crown, that is her throne. She is coming for it. And it might be one of those, hey, this is business kind of conversations, but I gotta have it. And maybe
I think she's going to be more. I think she's going to be more tactical because, like, Din has just been ousted by those people. So
Yeah.
now, even though he's in possession of the sword, no one's following you, bro. You took your helmet off. So, in order to convince an entire group like that
that's-
and truly unite Mandalore, like,
That's
See,
two
and
people,
Deeks-
though, my
Deeks-
guy. Like, that's only two people. The rest of
Deeks says
Mandalore
it
follows
perfect.
Bo and doesn't care about that helmet law, right?
Deeks
That's
does it
Mm.
perfect. Katie plays
Is
like
it-
the mental chick very well, like the crazy girlfriend. She
yeah.
could totally be extremely inviting and be like, "Din, come into my home.
Mhm.
You don't have to be with them Death Watch psychopaths. Look, I fought them. You don't need them." And then she'll turn around.
bro. I could see her stabbing Din in the back after a battle or something
100%.
and
100%.
taking it.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
Boba running into Princess and being like, "Hey, Princess, you have something belongs to my friend.
Yeah.
Do you care to step
Bo-Katan
outside?"
is like the serial mom who knows what's best for everybody.
Bro, but I mean,
She
she
knows
does.
what's best, right? She doesn't
she-
care what your thought process is.
Well, and she also, I mean, to be honest, she has a sense of entitlement to that throne,
Yeah.
right? Like, let's be honest, the fact that Maul killed her sister,
Mhm.
right, on the throne of Mandalore, basically, and
Mhm.
basically gave her the old,
Mhm.
she is technically the next accurate successor to the throne.
Yeah.
So
And she didn't have a great relationship with Satine, right?
no, they were on opposite sides because she was
Yeah.
Death Watch. She was the leader of the Night Owls. She was the insurgents that Satine was talking about. That's what's so impactful about the way that Bo turns. Bo doesn't turn because Maul kills her sister. Bo turns because Maul took the throne of Mandalore, and she would never cease an outsider on the throne. That's why she left Death Watch. But then Maul compounds that and kills her sister. Granted, to get to Kenobi, but he still killed her sister. So technically, in the line of succession, if she wins the Darksaber, she's got the most claim to the throne. And all of the other Mandalorians are currently following her, except the Children of the Watch. Right? So she's got larger numbers. She's got ships. She's got a standing little army right now. She really, I mean, that's the power force in the Mandalorian culture right now, are the Death Watch light, let's call them. Death Watch.
I feel like there's got to be still purists out there. The true believers of the original Mandalore, the Vizslas, like they're out there. I would like to hope Vizsla and the armor are the only two.
Yeah, because they talked about there being other sectors of them, right? Didn't they talk about that in the first season of
I gotta go back and watch it.
Mando?
There are other coverts of Mandalorians. There are other but again, a majority of the ones that were loyal to the Watch were at that covert, right? There were probably 30 total that were in that covert when we first see Din Djarin, and then between that and the fight scene, I mean, 20 maybe? That's a large amount of Mandalorians to have in one place. So if all but 2 got wiped out, that's pretty devastating to the numbers.
Yeah.
So
true.
I could really see, them needing the rest of the Mandalorians to survive once they discover that Bo-Katan has won the Darksaber in battle, in combat, from Din Djarin or somebody else that takes it from him, right? Because I do think it's going to change hands.
Yeah, I think it'll be a while before it actually unites.
For sure.
Mandalore. Yo, was the original guy, like, I was always saying Mandalorian Jedi, was he force sensitive?
Yes, Tar Vizsla was the first Mandalorian that was inducted into the Jedi Order.
That.
And he was he crafted his own saber. Is he talking about the episode, or is he being serious? Because I can never tell with Crit.
Link me, Boo. If you got
what
something,
are you talking
link
about?
me.
He's saying 1313 video game leaks.
That it's going to be revived, because that game was
leak of the week.
Finished.
Leak of the week.
The leak of the week.
Okay, hold on, pulling it up.
Because that footage was years ago. We had almost the full finished game. A demo was about to come out before it got ripped apart, away.
I've seen fake gameplay too of you as Din Djarin that looks clean as hell. I don't know what it's from, but everyone said it was fake.
That came out.
Definitely.
Dude, this reminded me of like the gameplay I saw looked like Fallen Order, but you had a blaster and you were in full Beskar with the spear on your back. It was cool.
Okay, this is a live stream that's going on right now. This is a premiere.
Put it up.
From where? Who's premiering it?
Put it up.
Working on it. Hold on.
I wouldn't just put.
I'm gonna put it up. I don't care if I get taken down.
We've been on for an hour and 13 minutes. If they take us down, we'll play games. Fuck them.
So that's
not 1313.
That's what I'm saying. This could be a revisited. This could be a revamp.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like the
Boba
engine.
Fett gameplay.
Unseen Boba Fett. Yeah, this.
I don't care. So when 1313 was in production, they didn't have these movement mechanics. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like this looks.
No, there was a whole demo that went out, and the whole fight scene where you're going over, ducking between cover, and it was while they were dropping down from.
I don't think
heading
you missed
down
anything.
into
It just
the lower
started.
levels.
Oh,
this looks.
Yeah, seen all this before. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If Cambrian's seen it, okay. All right. False alarm. Sorry, everybody.
It's all right. No, it's worth looking into.
Dude, I was like, are they revamping the game? We've been getting all these
The fact,
announcements
dude.
lately, and if they had
1313 got sent out into space.
yeah, but if they had a basis already to build off of, like, why not do it, dude? You guys have the money.
Yeah, like when those projects end, the files don't destroy the
disappear.
files.
Yeah.
They're not gonna kill all those assets.
Purge everything.
Damn you, Crit.
I told you can
You
never
have
tell.
failed.
You can never tell how serious that dude is.
He was being serious. I've never seen that before.
I was like,
What was it, Project Cinder, when Palpatine's like, if I die, everybody dies.
Yeah.
If the video game project fails, you just destroy all of it.
Yeah.
So, speaking of games that went away, but reference some cool things, and on the topic of Mandalore and Death Watch specifically, as you guys know, I've been playing the fan revival of Star Wars Galaxies, and the next portion I'm saving to actually stream it because this is the part of the game where Death Watch was introduced to me. And you begin missions given to you by Boba Fett because Death Watch is causing trouble for Jabba.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'll be streaming those missions because there's some cool stuff in there and some really cool Mandalorian lore.
Yeah,
in that game.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I'm stoked. I'm so stoked we're diving into the Mandalorian stuff.
Yeah, oh, I love it. Like I learned about Mandalorian stuff in Galaxies and then really got into it in KOTOR. Like after KOTOR, I was like, I want more Mandalorian stuff. Like this was so cool. And then it's been years.
It's my weakest Star Wars point, I think. Like when it comes to knowledge and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to buffing my knowledge, getting into a lesser known, and then as we get more of this stuff. I don't know what it was about this episode. I think, you know, like Obsession was saying, the way that the armor was talking about this stuff, the way that this was being presented, like this should be a big indicator for us of where this stuff is going. Big indicator. Dude, we're talking about
every line has meaning.
We're talking about Mythosaur? Like what?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in this episode. There's a lot of I mean, the fact that Din, you know, goes back to Tatooine, and right away he's, you know, on Boba's radar.
Yeah,
right. I mean,
they had him clocked the second he hit the spaceport.
Second he was there. I mean, they probably knew he was fixing a ship before he took off, but once he took off, they definitely knew what was what.
Yeah.
Or
like, hey, we got a crate full of Mandalorian weapons in, Boba. You might want to check who this dude is. Oh, it's Mando, my old friend.
Right. So it just feels like there's a lot of
basically we miss Mando.
And I mean, it kind of solidifies what Finnick was saying. You know, we got all this cash. Let's hire some real muscle, and then they show how badass he is. Like, I get the placement of the episode, right? Because if you're going to bring in Mando for let's say the person that has been living under a rock and doesn't know who Din Djarin is, right? That Boba Fett is maybe their first introduction into this. If you're going to say we need to hire muscle, and then you release an entire episode about the muscle you're bringing in, it fits.
Hate to say it, but the Vespa gang probably spotted Mando when he arrived on the ship.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn
right?
it.
They're good for being lookouts.
Holocron, that is a very valid point, and I wish I didn't know it. Can you imagine going back to the Vespas?
You're going to watch.
Well, you know what? He didn't
Back
even
to
have
the
to be looking
Vespas.
straight on. The dude saw him take off from all his mirrors on his Vespa.
Yeah, right. There's just a star shooting across the sky.
I mean, dude, a guy's trucking through Beggar's Canyon. That's not going to hit the airwaves. Come on.
That was sick.
Right? Like, there's a dude literally doing the Boonta Eve.
No one's ever seen that ship either.
The Boonta
in
Eve
theory.
And all of a sudden,
how'd that thing even get there? That's what I'm saying. Like, what?
Maybe that's Annie's freaking N1.
That's what I was saying. Like, maybe they
When
found
do you
it
go back there with that?
He just flew back to Tatooine. You don't remember that part of the Phantom Menace?
Hey, maybe he sent his ship home to his mom. Maybe he was like, "Hey, this is the ship that got me out of prison." Or got
You
us
know,
out of slavery.
I didn't think the N1 had a hyperdrive in it. I'll pull out my book tonight and look, but I didn't think the N1 had a hyperdrive in it.
No, it did, because didn't they escort Padme to?
Yes, 100%.
She was flying one herself,
and they don't need the docking ring.
They don't need a docking ring. Yeah, so 100% in what, episode 2?
Beginning of attack. Yeah, when they bring her into Coruscant. Yeah, there's two
she's the
N1s.
pilot, and they take the decoy. they 100% were followed by N1s.
This is true. Nubian.
Nubian. This is worth lots of money. Nubian.
Dude,
very expensive.
What a wonderful freaking. I'm just so happy. I'm happy in Star Wars right now. I was happy watching Twitter today. I was happy looking at the people. I was happy looking at the posts. Everybody was just pumped.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do that. Whatever you're doing, Lucasfilm, focus on that. That would
Instead
be
of any better.
What has happened every single time they've touched a legacy character, maybe with the exception of Leia at the end of Rogue One, is not good.
Well, and that's why it's dangerous to toy with certain characters, right? And that's why I think Boba would have. Granted, I feel like Boba's going to play a larger part in this large end game that is the Mandoverse, right? It's not necessarily, but he's definitely going to play a large part in the future of what happens to Din Djarin. So it's
his body, his butt body.
I mean, there's not any real Mandalorians other than Bo that he really gets along with, right? And Bo's building a campaign, so I feel like this is an opportunity for these two to kick some ass and take some names, and then buddy up and go to Mandalore, and both of them. I don't
even feel like they get along. I don't even feel like Bo-Katan and Din get along. She's just into him because he's got the saber. That's it,
bro.
That's the only reason. Like,
No, I wouldn't say that.
I don't see her into him at all. What do you mean?
I wouldn't say that at all either, because when they're taking over the light cruiser to get Moff Gideon's information, right, to take over that cruiser, they go in and they're pinned down, and he's like, I'll go. And she says, like, your bravery will be your honor or whatever. She gives him like a legit statement saying, you're
don't be a hero.
Huh?
Don't be a hero.
It wasn't that. It was basically saying, like, this guy's got guts, he is a true Mandalorian. He is, and that's kind of the vibe I got. I'm not saying they're crushing on each other, but she definitely sees.
I thought it was like
a warrior sees a warrior. This is what I keep getting into with Mandalorians is warriors recognize other warriors, and Mandalorians, if nothing else, are the epitome of a definition of warrior in the Star Wars universe.
Are you pitching Bo Din right now?
No. I'm saying
another Raylo here.
I'm saying some people are like, I could see them teaming up to rule, but I think she's too cutthroat. Like, she'll slit his wrist to get that saber, right?
Yeah,
100%.
She will literally like from behind with a shiv to get that saber, right? Like, that's how she's motivated, like a crazy ex-girlfriend.
That's
right?
What she plays too, right?
She's got so much attachment to that saber.
She's in spades.
I've known him.
Yo,
dude,
so
you ever see her? Very convincing.
What'd you say?
So do you think that's because of the crystal inside the saber, and she has wielded it?
Partially. About, like, partially. Photo, the one ring kind of thing, where she's like, man.
Well, I mean, if it's a crystal that we have no experience with, nobody's ever had experience with it, and only the people that we know of that have all turned into evil shitheads. Like,
except Sabine.
Well, she didn't have it for that long, but yeah.
I mean,
I'm just saying, like, if you rule Mandalore or you own the saber for long enough, do you get a hunger for what it's capable for? Like, she's describing in the training that the more you give into it, the easier it is to wield it. So, like, what are you giving into it? There's a sacrifice there. I feel like
it's like Din doesn't accept it fully, so he's struggling.
And it's a crystal we don't know anything about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I feel like it's a Vizsla thing. Right. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the crystals are symbiotic, but I don't think that they are. I think it's more you're focusing your energy into it to make it more pliant to your will. Right. Mm-hmm. But in this case, the Darksaber is a unique crystal, not like any other crystal we've seen. Right. Not even blood crystals act this way. They don't really talk about the weight of any other saber, unlike this one.
Apparently, it's called a ghost fire kyber crystal.
I've seen that too. I've read that before. I'm not sure what it's from.
Nubian.
But
In
I don't know if it's from a game or something, but
I don't remember that.
they don't say it in the original trilogy, but in the behind the scenes of the original trilogy, it might have been in Empire of Dreams. They talk about the two-handed saber fighting style.
Mm-hmm.
And George Lucas makes a point of referencing that there's actually a weight to this weapon that you wouldn't think would be there because it's a lightsaber, right? You know, but they don't like, they never made that a thing in the films. So to talk about it with the Darksaber now makes it kind of a standout thing because this isn't like something everybody would know about. And it becomes so interesting. I mean, you look how everybody who held that thing in this episode wielded that weapon. To Obsession's point before about how the directing was just so spot on. Like, I just need you to move like this just a little bit. You're going to nudge this way. Every time Din or anybody else went to go swing that from a downward, from downward heading up, it dragged on the floor.
Yep.
Dude, it's like they stuck lead weights on the end of the prop or something. Like it was there.
Like Thor's hammer, bro.
Yeah.
It's like Thor's hammer.
That's what I said when Paz was trying to pick it up. He's like, oh.
And all I'm saying is like, all I'm saying is if this is a kyber and not like a crate dragon pearl, like I don't think the crate dragon pearl is a sentient thing. But if we are identifying whatever is inside the Darksaber as a crystal and it's black, dark, light, like it's not what is it, that zero black or whatever they call it, that absorbs 100% of light when you look at it, like that's going to be some different type of shit.
To Jimmy's point right here, I mean, the wand chooses the wizard.
Yeah, and that's a lot.
And the crystal chooses the Jedi. Right?
100%.
Your crystal waits for you, right? This is my big theory.
That's because J.K. Rowling stole Star Wars and made Harry Potter.
I give a shit.
There are a lot of
if you're gonna steal from the best. Atta girl. Atta girl. You've made billions of dollars, you thieving motherfucker. Atta girl. Thank you. I just watched the whole series. Thank you. You're wonderful. You're just wonderful.
Maybe that's why I like Harry Potter. I'm like, oh, this is Star Wars reskin.
It's sort of, man. I mean, look, the wand chooses the wizard.
So wizard.
So wizard. I'm sorry. That was a great call. It was a very fun way, like
man cave.
Because that was Din, right?
Yeah.
That just like wizard.
He brought it back. He
Right?
did what Anakin couldn't do. He brought it back.
Attaboy.
But yeah, I mean, I
just put that in the video when it goes by and you see Anakin's two young friends. You know, it's Greedo, right?
Yeah.
And Anakin in one of the deleted scenes just like beats the crap out of Greedo.
Yeah, it's a great scene too. Qui-Gon gives him a little lesson right there.
I mean, it would have been better because it would have showed why Guido's such an asshole. Like you've been getting your ass kicked since you were a kid.
Father Guido Sarducci, yeah.
I would prefer if you don't call me that, right?
Guido. The guy shows up with 3 lousy miracles.
He he's been getting his ass kicked since he was little. So it would make more sense as to why he's such a dick.
Everybody's getting ready to go attack Mandalorian. He's like, cabs are here. Cabs are here. I don't watch the show. My fiance does. Please don't unsubscribe. I just caught a couple episodes. Okay.
Can't take you anywhere. This is why we can't have nice things.
What a happy day for Star Wars, huh?
It is.
Just a happy
day. It is a good day for Star Wars. I feel like it is a bad day for Boba. Unfortunately, I feel like it just adds another nail. More people are pissed off, not pissed off, just over it, right? I don't want to say pissed off. I just want to see. I see more people are like, yeah, I like I said, the Twitter trolls are just like, Boba's dead. That's cool. Just get Din Djarin the rest of the time, right? Like, cool.
And Strike's sitting there like, dude, you gave everything that I wanted to see from Boba, and you gave it to Din 5 episodes in. What?
Because Boba could have done that. Boba could have done that himself, right? He could have walked in and had a scene like that with him and his blaster and taking out the whole room with some knee rockets and some other fun shit.
Yeah.
And it flame throwed somebody's face like Leo in that movie he did with, but where he flame throwed somebody to death. But I mean, it's unfortunate.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, it was great. We just watched it the other day. It's such a fun scene. But yeah, I mean, you know, it could have been something like that, but instead they did it with Mando. And again, I understand.
I agree with this.
I understand Favreau's logic here. With if you're gonna mention muscle, show the muscle, right? Show him doing what he does because that's what he's bringing.
Building up his boy.
You know what's crazy? Wasn't it like episode 6 where Boba had his introduction in the Mando show?
Oh, it might have been.
Because it parallels, I mean, not for nothing, it for the people. So let's just hypothetically for the people who weren't
knocked over my slave one.
Oh no,
you silly bitch!
It's exploded.
Oh, did it go boom?
What? It fell?
Emotional damage.
Emotional trauma. I can't believe you've done this.
Forgot what I was saying. You got me.
I'm sorry. I just
It's okay.
Bro, is that and that's the vintage piece, right?
Yeah, this is it's the
Mm,
cheap one.
The cheap one.
Dude.
Oops.
I fix it.
Mistakes were made.
You fix it. I fix it.
Forgot what the hell I was saying.
Call the mechanic lady. Get some bit droids up in there.
Bro, I did enjoy the fact that she's like, hey, what do you need? They'll get it, they'll find it. No ask, no question. Look, if you've ever been in the hot rod world, go ahead, bro.
You just totally reminded me of something. So speaking of that, so about when he's like, where are they getting these parts? She mentions something that I'm like, I think she just teased something for the future. She goes, oh, one of them like crawled up on underneath one of them Pike whatever ships and took it while they stopped for gas or whatever the heck it was, right? Dude, what if they utilized Jawas?
Oh, bro,
to sabotage something,
sabotage some shit, go sneak them in there.
I would love to see Jawas get paid to do some savage shit and take some parts. I mean, really, bro, I like these are the not the carjackers, but the ones who steal your rims while you're waiting at the stoplight. Like the Jawas are some thieving little motherfuckers, right? Absolutely. Like they are some thieving.
Wasn't Din ready to flame him on sight?
Bro,
like he was just ready to torch him.
He vaporized like 13 of them in that.
They don't talk. They don't communicate between planet. They have no.
But then he was sitting down with them, right? And the Jawa said one thing to him. He lifted his arm, and the guy was like, "Whoa, hold on." Yeah, so they're definitely rude as hell.
Well, I mean, and you know, they're. I just liked how if you've ever been in the hot rod world, you've always had that one friend that can just acquire things, right? Like, oh, I need a front end for a 94 Civic, you know, in
so
midnight blue.
Podcast equipment.
And and boom, they got it set up, right? It's I feel like it was very that way, like almost like not a chop shop. Like they got a chop shop rolling in
I loved that scene. I love the fact that the engine didn't sit in it and it looked like it was raised up above it. Very specific like descriptions of the modifications. Like this dude can do it all, really. Like we've seen him, he's been fixing his ship for a long time.
I mean, it
was cool, man. I liked all of that.
Him and his buddy put the ship back together from nothing after the Jawas ripped it all off. So you know, and then they had to go get the Zuga. So I just feel like I understand why the scene was what it was. You want to show Din Djarin putting a ship back together and making it his own. But I just feel like they lagged on that for a real long time. And if there's one complaint I have, it's just like I enjoy hot rod stuff, but that just kept going and going and going. I did like BD1 using his holographic imager to show how the parts go on. I thought that was super dope.
Yep.
You know, BD1 might have been one of my favorite things to show up in this whole thing. I mean, look, dude. I mean,
we didn't even talk about friggin' BD1 showing up, dude.
I want it to be him so bad, but I'm not like
it's
I can't
so not, bro.
100%. I know it's like
He
but why
acts like
can't they
BD1. He sounds like BD1. Like
I think it's BD1. I'm sorry. What I lost internet for a minute there. All of a sudden, I lost all you guys.
I just feel like BD1 to make it BD1 calls back to Cal Kestis and what's Cal Kestis doing on Tatooine, leaving his favorite droid, right? Like you don't leave a man behind.
Well, that part of the story
maybe
is
he's
to be known.
Bro, maybe there is a I'm not saying it's a temple, but maybe there is something on Tatooine that he's investigating and BB1's just chilling there while he does it. You know, like in game, you just land on the planet, you know, in the live
BD1
action.
BD1's always your
doesn't have
guy.
to
He's
be
got
with
your
him.
stims. He's got all, you know,
Yeah.
he's got all the info. So I just feel like if he's chilling with her, where's Cal? You
Bro,
know?
yo,
maybe he's
is he
dead,
alive
dude.
right now?
Maybe he's
what
dead.
if he's meeting? What if he's really meeting with Obi-Wan, and that's why BD can't come?
No, this is
Obi-Wan's dead.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
post-
This is a different. Yeah.
Yeah, I always
Might
make
be,
that
might
mistake
be.
too, Hawk.
Yeah,
because
this is bouncing
lose
around a
track.
lot.
I think
don't
it's
know
like
if it's a flashback or if
11.
it's
What's the difference between 4 and 6, and then add 7 on top of that? So I don't know, 10 years, 11 years,
13 years, right? Didn't they mention that?
I don't know. But yeah,
no,
I
30,
hate that
30 years
timeline.
of the Empire. Is what they
maybe
call it.
he's meeting Ben's Force Ghost on Tatooine. You never know.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, let's be honest. If Cal Kestis was in tune with the Force and doing meditation, and there are Force ghosts like Yoda and Ben Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, amongst others, Qui-Gon, you know, Qui-Gon's a voice, but potentially Ahsoka, Mace Windu, these other masters, it would make sense for a Force ghost of that nature for Cal Kestis to start following the footsteps of the Jedi that preceded him. So going to Obi-Wan Kenobi's hut, going to the home of Shmi Skywalker, right? Finding these pearls, going to Dagobah, right? If I was a Jedi looking for the remnants of the former masters and they were talking to me in meditation, telling me where to go.
He's got that ability. All he has to do is touch one thing accidentally on Tatooine that has a connection to Obi-Wan, and it's bang.
I think for
that they were
Cal,
driving.
like when it comes to putting him in live action and stuff like that, I want to see his story concluded, and then instead of having him be a character in the show, like just give hints of him and stuff in live action, and then where it makes sense in a timeline, have a character be walking, and then just have Cal in the background, like walk around somewhere, just to know he was in live action in Star Wars somewhere
out
in
there,
the
all right.
universe, and we've seen him. He doesn't have to have his own show or anything like that. You know what I mean? Keep him as the fantasy character that you control, but just give him a little bitty cameo. You know what I mean? I think that keeps it fun. And then having BD1 be around, like that's fun. Little things that remind us of Cal. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah. I think it's in a contract somewhere, bro. I think they got
he's
him
gotta
on
go
board for the video game because eventually he's gonna be something.
Well, you know, it reminds me of back when Force Unleashed came out, and you had Sam Witwer's likeness used for Starkiller with that potential of bringing him into live action some way. And then obviously it didn't happen, but same idea here. We got that's him. That's the actor.
Right.
Dude, give me a Garen Malik show. I will burn my house down. I will sell everything I own. Give me a Garen Malik show, and I will be happy.
I mean,
And
look,
he's gonna say Xwing in it.
What if
Sam
they
Witwer's gonna be
are
like,
what if they are teasing Fallen Order 2? Right? What if that is just a tease to
This is a tie-in
to well, and maybe the Fallen Order 2 is going to happen earlier, and BD1 we see why BD1 is on Tatooine. Right? There's an opportunity right now. They're hyping up games, they're hyping things up. What a great call in. I don't want to say call back, but what a great call in, what a great droid cameo to get everybody pumped for Fallen Order that's dropping in a few months, right? Like what that's great. That's how the PR department should operate, right?
Yeah.
That's how it should work.
Yeah, I don't care if I don't get a Twitter announcement if 4 months before it drops, we get BD1 and Signs of Cal.
That's what I'm saying, right?
And Booga Boba works for me.
I mean, at this point, people should be looking in the background for the ship in Fallen Order. That's what people should be doing at this point, is looking in the background of the spaceports. Ebon Hawk is KOTOR.
Yeah, Ebon Hawk.
It's the
Greaves says it a bunch. I don't remember.
And you know what the worst part is?
Chat's
I can't
got
tell
it.
you
Someone.
how many times I have been in that screen changing the skin of that ship and never freaking looked at the name of it.
Oh, dude, I made it the Boba skin with the reds and greens.
Yeah, dude,
that's what I stuck with.
I actually went Mandalorian before Mando came
Mantis?
out.
All
And
silver.
went
The
all
Mantis.
chrome.
Mantis.
There you go. Holy
Mantis.
cow.
Thank
I
you.
like
Shout out
Mantis
Star Wars.
back.
But yeah,
Ladage.
keep your eyes out there for the Mantis. You know, you never know; it might show up in the background.
Oh, now I got to
somewhere.
watch
Do
the
a
episode
callback.
again. Oh well. I guess I'll do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Can you believe this? Okay, so like 20 minutes into the stream, I walk out, go tear the ears off of Gundark. She's sitting there starting episode 5 without me.
Good.
She hasn't seen it.
Good.
No.
You watched it last night. Good.
No.
She's entitled to a watch.
I was
Good.
like,
Not a girl, Mrs. Xwing. Good
I'm
for
like,
you.
what? Like, no. Okay, was I proud? Yes.
Thank you.
No.
Be happy. Don't
Proud
go
and
bashing her on the
disappointed.
internet. That's not a way to get her into Star Wars. What's wrong with you?
No,
I'm not
watch
mad.
another episode of The Bachelor. Wait for me. I'll be out in a minute. She's all
Not
screaming at me
mad,
from
I'm
the
just
other room about
disappointed.
ordering pasta, but can't wait 5 minutes for me to come back and freaking watch Mando with her.
No, bro. Great. She's a savage. I love it.
You know why she doesn't want to watch it with me? Is going to be like,
'Cause you're gonna
I don't
talk.
know if you know this, but that's that. And by the
Mhm.
way, that's from there. And then that thing right there is from this part. And she's like, "Can you just shut the fuck
Yeah.
up?"
Oh, my
X-Wing
wife
later
loves when
tonight.
I do that, and by love I mean she wants to punch me in the face every time.
Language.
X-Wing later tonight's just gonna be like, I just find it funny how he's just gonna start it all up again after he leaves the stream.
Maybe we should do Boomer Council before I watch the next episode with her, so I feel like I got everything out of my system. You know what I mean?
You should watch it more.
Shut up.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, boys and girls.
Mhm.
Speaking of, we've been going for an hour and almost 45 minutes at this point.
It was a packed episode.
Dude, I mean, yeah, it was a happy day.
This
I
is
was
the most
happy.
you wanted to talk about an episode except for the Luke. So
And I feel like we still didn't even talk about like a bunch of stuff that happened in there. Like there's so much.
I mean, we went through the whole pretty much. I
I'm
mean,
talking about breaking down small moments when we're talking
Yeah.
about audio that comes from like different parts of different trilogies, small like for me, when I hear audio fan service, it sets off something in my brain.
Yeah.
I don't know what
The
it is.
audio cues. Yes.
mhm. And I appreciate that because I don't catch on all those little hints.
And his little foot was injured again. Come on.
the same way. Oh,
And
And the
when that
little
was it,
dance
I
he
was like,
does, I'm
"Oh."
pretty sure he does that in the game.
I was like, that's how his foot got hurt. And I'm like, wait, this is like a long time after that.
Come on
Like
now.
a very long time.
Come on now.
come on.
Look at
Forget
how
about it. Look at that.
Forget
freaking
about it.
good he
Forget
was,
about it, bro.
dude.
Look at how accurate it is.
Yes.
Oh my god, the
ears,
movements.
bro. The
I-
soul.
I literally cannot wait.
Where's Rizman? Droids have souls.
I literally cannot wait.
Droid lives
for a
matter.
Toy, a live action, real size BD1 toy.
Oh,
Lego.
dude, $550 automated easily, and I'm buying it all day.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you come out with a Lego toy that's $250 and it's literally this
I'm not
big,
buying Lego. No,
I'm-
I need a
I'm buying it.
controlled BD.
and then if you make a $500 Dio version, like I could control it with my app.
Boston
and the whole
Dynamics.
thing,
Get on that.
bro,
It's just a miniature version.
screw the Space War. Give me that BD1. Let's go,
Bro,
Boston.
seriously, he was amazing. I
Hey,
just
look,
honestly,
They're already
probably-
putting droids in Star Wars. Like, just make another one. Do it as a
Probably my-
graduate project.
favorite cameo of the season for me so far is BD1.
Oh,
That's
no,
it.
no.
Yeah.
A fan home BD1. I would build a fan home BD1 in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Even though I haven't even finished R2's head yet, I would.
everybody
still
is
start.
everybody's so hyped
got
about
there?
all this other stuff. This droid really put the exclamation point on it.
Is that
for me.
Wally? What is that?
Wally.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Love it.
Man.
You always just reminded me of Robbie the robot.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. All right. We should call it. I have to go. I don't want to, dude. I could stay doing this for like another 2 hours.
Break it down.
I posted a lot of videos on my channel today. So I posted 4. I sat at the computer all day.
4 vids?
I did 3 shorts and a 1.5
Good for
minute.
you, dude. No, that's awesome, dude. That shit takes time.
Well, you saw 2 of them. 2 of them were just the BD. I just had to literally like do the BD one. I couldn't not do this and post it on YouTube on my channel. I just literally, I think this is my mascot.
I was gonna say, whoever created that, like, put that next to the person that made Geoda and just be like, "Do you see how we are not the same?
Oh.
Do you understand how we're not?"
You had to go and throw the stone at the end of the stream.
Bro, you're gonna create a good sidekick for a Star Wars story. Like BD1 is perfect.
I mean, look, dude, I feel the same way about BD1 and his personality that I do about Dio. So for me, their personality.
I mean, they came up with that idea on the 401 stuck in traffic. So it's
I get it. But, all right, get out of here, Xwing. Go watch it again.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Don't get mad at me. Okay. You promise not to get mad at me.
Who? Me?
Wait, but who are you talking to?
I make no promises.
I'm terrified right now.
I make no promises.
I'm talking to Obsession.
I make no promises.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead.
I think I might have deleted the video. I think it's gone.
All right.
What did he delete?
My video, my Beta Fett, my
No,
outro.
I wasn't gonna do your Beta Fett.
No.
I probably should now that you brought it up. I forgot.
I
It was
don't
actually
mind.
all the way down at the bottom, so it was totally gone. No, but I really do. Like, honestly, I poke a lot of fun at
whatever that
Dio.
is called.
You know, Dio's he's a good droid.
Yeah, he had a huff. He had a huff.
I lied.
Nah. Crash.
That's it. End the stream. That's it. I'm gonna yell at you. End the stream. End it.
Yell at you wall. It's used to it.
I'm going to.
His poor
All right,
wall.
everybody. Good night. Thank you so much for being here. To the 35 people that are left here, thank you so much for sticking with us through the stream. For Star Wars Obsession, The Mac Cave, Hawks Holocrons, I am Xwing. Please subscribe to these wonderful people. All of the links are down below in the chat. We will see you again next Wednesday, same place, same time, 6 o'clock, and we will have another wonderful episode of Star Wars to talk about. So please join us. I don't really have anything else. You guys want to plug anything before we go?
Yeah, go check out my videos.
Gonna rewatch this episode because there was so much.
Yeah,
There was
I'm gonna
a lot
rewatch.
going on there.
So much.
Sweet. All right. Well,
I
I'm
need
gonna
to sleep too. I should
Dude,
probably
sleep
do that.
sounds fantastic. But before I go to sleep, one of my favorite things before I go to sleep is making sure get that music in, right? You got to get the music in before you go to sleep. Really sets you in the right mood. So I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite songs. Thank you guys. Have a good night. May the force be with you. And tomorrow, go to work.
Just get ready for work. You see me happy, work. You see me do me dirt. And so we put in work.
What do you think, your technique?